Yo, what's up guys? Another siege video. So instead of like we had a fun siege, kind of like we had a siege against Wrath of Blood. Um I kind of did this all at the bar, like we were like with a bunch of friends at the bar and that kind of stuff. I actually wanted to record it and like doing it like live, but then like, friends of mine invited me to go to the bar and I was like, at some point at the bar, I'm like, shit, still have to do siege. Okay, let's do siege here, and then I didn't want to record it first, and I was like, might as well record it. Just do like a post record, and then actually go over some more runes. So this team is on my defense. Any team that's on my defense, I'm not gonna showcase the runes of, also not for offense. So I'm kind of gonna like skip through. You kind of know how this team works, like most of the time. Like you've seen this bunch of in the other videos as well. Same for this team. Complete team is on defense. Well, not in the exact state as this, but all of the 3 units are on defense. So you kind of know how it works. It just kills, blah blah, yada yada, that kind of stuff. So we're kind of skipping through pretty fast. And we're already at the 3rd match. Easy. Saving your times, boy. Saving your time. Okay, so this one, let's see. What do we have on the runes? So I'm actually gonna showcase the runes here in like a guild better, because I guess this is the easiest like interface to showcase like any runes. So for the Bolvric, we have a Revenge, Will plus Shield. I think it's the best combination for Bolvric ever, always, because it's just nice to like get stacks on like Revenge kind of stuff, and you get stacks from the two other sets. It's pretty tanky. Important things: high resistance, near max resistance. Also for artifacts, I would recommend accuracy and recovery. He already has a lot of accuracy, so it's not really needed that much, but mostly recovery has 3. And then this one is not even plus 15, and it's just a rule boss thing. So preferably for this, you have some mitigation for like whatever, like, yeah, wind, whatever. Mostly you're not using it into wind units that much, but that's an option. So then, well, actually Savannah. Yeah, I'm into Winter again. So this one, Malong, highly tanky. It's also triple HP, and it's not that fast, but I guess it's fast enough. It has enough accuracy. It has a decent amount of defense. It has way too much attack, which is absolutely not necessary. These artifacts are pretty terrible. Roll boss. Pretty terrible roll boss. Yep. Preferably you want to have like Aki S2, Aki S1, and extra damage from speed and HP, and then same thing on here with some more mitigation or like reduction of any like stats. No, with any reduction of like any like damaging things on your ass. Then we have the Amelia, triple HP again, yay, with Fire Will. This one I do like on Fire a lot, and Will I think is pretty much a must. Resistance is not that high, preferably have like 100 resists. The recovery S3 is pretty nice, because in pony form you actually recover. Other stuff that would be nice is, well, Aki S1, Aki S2, I guess. And then this one, yeah, you want bomb damage increase. Robust. No, the only thing that makes sense is the reduction from width, but yeah. Just extra stats, that's all. So let's see in the actual match. So yeah, the thing is with Zeratul and Kamun, mostly Kamun, is you're just taking a lot of stacks with Bolfric all the time. And the thing you kind of want to watch out for with this team is Orion, which is the RNG factor in like armor breaks and that kind of stuff. The Zeratul is Revenge, as we just saw, which is pretty interesting, Vampire Revenge. Thing is, Molong does get pretty low HP here. We do have the shields, or we don't have the shield. We do have the defense buff, which is pretty nice. I went for a 4-stack here, which is not always the best, but I thought like he's not gonna survive if I don't do it. So because of that, I went for it, and then he died in the end. Did we lose this one? No, it's still pretty fine. Bolfric Amelia is still pretty OP. You just have to jiggle with the shields and with the vampire enough. And he had like a decent, like the Zeratul was pretty like tanky as well, but I feel like it's a decent amount of like still being able to counter. Nice, removing the immunity. That's why counter is so good. So you always, like with a 5-stack, you always do a little bit more damage than the shield itself, which is pretty nice. Here for a freeze, always good. We take more shields. Nice. More buffs, always more buffs. But yeah, it's a little bit risky on this point. Preferably you want to have Molong alive, but I think I had to risk Molong for the kill on Orion. Otherwise, Orion would have gone mental on this team if in the first place. Is Molong then maybe the best solution in this team? No, Skogel would have maybe been better actually. But if Skogel gets armor broken and Orion is not dead like right away, bit more tricky. Bit more tricky. But yeah, as you see, easy win. And we went for the slow kill and up. I could have so done S2 and he would have been dead already, but I kind of went like safe and slow, I guess. A bit too safe, a bit too slow. But man, in the end, it works. Also, you can't finish with an S3. Like, you have to go like S3 into something to actually kill, because S3 makes it 1 HP. Okay, that's that. So, because I was kind of in a hurry, this team I would normally not use that much against figures. I've been using this team quite a lot before, but I don't use it too much against figures. Because if figure procs out once, you're gonna have a bad day. That's pretty much the case. So how does this team look like? I actually have Galleon lead. My Galleon doesn't have max Aki, but he's pretty close with 12. It's actually not too great. I used to have this max Aki, but he also has like quite a decent amount of damage by attack. Crit rate is a bit low. Crit damage is a bit too high. It's a pretty weird looking Galleon. Preferably I had more, like this pretty nice one. Preferably I had more crit rate, less crit damage, more Aki, that kind of stuff. But it's an okay Galleon in general. Kind of does what he has to do. Then this is my Zyros. It's a decent amount of accuracy still. The main thing I focused on is Aki skill 3, which is the main thing he has to do. If that's research, he's pretty bad. His crit rate is kind of low-ish. His speed is nice. Attack is decent. Crit damage is pretty decent. So that's that. And then my Tiana currently is speed, crit rate, and attack. It used to be crit damage with a 30 rune here, so there was a 207. I think in that scenario that I just used it here, it was still the 207 one. 206? No, 206. And then like lower crit rate, more crit damage, but still like a decent amount of attack that the S2 does a lot of damage, which is also like more damage on S2, attack increasing effect, which also helps quite some. And then here, more damage by whatever, kind of. So yeah, the only issue is with this team, if like Kamun is probably not gonna die from the first hit. And if he then procs out of the armor break, which happens quite often, it's pretty much an issue. And if Vigor like procs twice or is not reset, then it's also pretty much an issue. So in this case, we got 2 issue scenarios. We got 3 issue scenarios. Well, he procs 3 times. So then it gets kind of wonky. If you have a damaged Tiana, it's actually pretty nice because Tiana does more damage from like the enemy speed. Vigor has a speed buff. He has speed lead, so he actually like on a 60% crit damage build, it already did 35k damage on that figure, which is pretty nice. So then you have this issue. You could get soloed by a Kamun. It happened in the past before, but it doesn't happen too often because the Galleon is pretty high on the damage as well, and therefore it kind of works. But yeah, you kind of need like, you can't depend like all on Zyros in this team. You kind of have to have your other units like on point as well, because yeah, as you can see, stuff derps. Also replacing Zyros for Poseidon is pretty much a better solution, but I didn't have Poseidon runed for it at the moment, so I used this. So skipping a little bit fast forward, I like I said, I was in the bar. I had like no clue what to hit, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna mirror it, and all of these units are on defense, so I can't show the runes, unfortunately. So well, let's see if you mirror it. Look at that damage, like it nearly died. The only thing is like which Kamun is gonna die first by the enemy figures, probably like if he hits that pretty well. I didn't go for a cleanse there because I kind of needed the cleanse on this scenario. But yeah, it's a little bit like a wonky thing of like who gets the first armor break with the second proc on it, and then that one is probably gonna win. That's kind of like what you're trading off with this kind of like offense. Most of the time, the one that's playing it is winning, or the one that's proccing the most is winning. That's mainly it. Like if you're equally proccing, the person that's actually playing is gonna win. If one is proccing more than the other, the one with the more procs is probably gonna win. Because this armor break is just like, if he procs that into like a double proc and then Kamun would have hit something, I would have been hella dead. So that's kind of what you want to watch out for. But yeah, in the end, this is all like smooth sailing. You know how it works. 5 wins. Okay, and then I went in with a really wonky team, and I was like, this is so not gonna work. This is so not gonna work. This is so not gonna work. So first, gonna show you the runes. These runes. So I don't use any of these units on defense, so I can actually show the runes. So this is my Jean. Preferably I want to make it slower because I mostly use it next to Leo, and more tanky with more resistance. But artifacts, you kind of want to go for Aki and then like any damage mitigation. This is my Dover. It's reasonably fast. It has decent amount of Eki. Has a decent amount of attack. This is pretty solid Dover, I'd say. And then this is my Ganymede, which is speed crit damage Eki, I think. Is it Eki? Yep. High Eki. Bit of damage, not too much tankiness, and it moves like after my Gianna kind of, so. Yep, let's see how that works out if you used it against this. We get a proc, and then it's like, you just had to hit the perfect unit, and then okay, never mind, back to drinking, I guess. No, wait, okay, so that didn't work out. Let's hit it again. I was like, okay, so I went Orion, Perna, and Triana again. I'm sorry, my Orion is on defense, I can't show the runes. Ha 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 ha. I'm such an... Everything is on defense, so I can't show the runes except the Perna. So this is what my Perna looks like. A typical Perna! Yay! Okay, so let's see how that goes. This is my Fire Orion, so yep, again, defense. Also my second Triana, this is... yeah, I think so. So issue would be if he starts going ham. Look at the Orion skin, man. Look at it, look at it. Look how cool this Orion skin is. If you haven't bought it yet, I'm not working for Kantush. You don't buy this with money, you just buy it with the stones. But also, Perna always crits on water, so I just went straight from water. It's really easy. You know Perna always crits on water. Of course you go for water with Perna. You see, crit on water, easy game. But look at this Orion, man. This Orion this is the best Orion skin in the game. Like, I'm pretty sure I just took this team just to show the Orion. Like, the rest doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, maybe Perna critting on water, like always, but... we have the gingerbread man dancing around a fucking Christmas tree. How can you not be happy? Look at it. Look at it, it's amazing. You want this. You must have this in your life. Okay, enough with the advertisement. I'm not getting paid for this shit. It's just an amazing skin. Look at it, it's just like man, I just imagine like the annoying songs he must play like all the time, and then there's like gingerbread men like falling on your ass and you die. A horrible, painful death. Nice. Next match. Okay, and this is the moment you were like, okay, what? So Marsha is on defense, which I can't show for that reason. But I can show the Elucia and the Diana because they're not on defense. This is just an Elucia. Don't use it into bombers and everything else. It's probably fine. Eki S1. You don't need Eki S2. You need healing S2. No, wait. You don't need Eki S3. You only need Eki S1. So that's really nice. And then you just want like some extra damage, some reduction from wind and that kind of stuff. It's just pretty tanky. It's defense. Just whatever I had left over. And then we have the Diana, which is not that great, a bit slow. It does a reasonable amount of damage, but it's pretty like leftover-ish runes. You kind of want to do crit damage S2, some additional damage from attack, which is pretty nice. You could go additional damage from HP, but it's actually not that good for Diana, because Diana reduces her HP by half while switching to the human form. And your HP is transferred to attack, so you want additional damage from attack. Huh, 5 head. And then this is just doing more damage on whatever. Nice. Okay, so let's see how this match actually went. This is where I noticed, like, I played this when I was tipsy. I'm pretty sure I played this when I was tipsy. Because This is not how you normally play a match. So we got an armor break. Well, we can cleanse it, so it's fine. I was like, just gotta hit the commune so I don't get one shot by the commune. It's fine. Or you just proc out of the... Yeah, if you just proc out of the armor break, it's also fine. Yeah, yeah. And then Triana is like, that unit wasn't low. That was not low. That unit was not low. That's totally fine. You can die. We don't need it. No one likes commune. No, you... Oh, now we heal. Like, the moment he's dead, we're like, now we're healing. So I'm like, okay, you trolling? I'm trolling. S1. You stun it. Okay, S1. Oh, another proc. Yeah, Marsha didn't proc enough yet. Marsha didn't proc enough yet. Okay, you got a proc. Nice. Still S1. Oh, Marsha didn't proc enough yet. Marsha didn't proc enough yet. No, no, totally not. Super fair match. Super fair match. This is how you play this game. You just stay Diana. Yep. Yeah. This is how you play. This is how you play these units. Totally easy, easy. Diana, you just stay human form the whole game. Easy, 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 easy. So that's that. It was so stupid. Well, then I had my last match, and this is actually one of my defenses. And I'm like, I never tried this for offense because it looks so weird and it's probably really terrible for offense. And let's try it out. So again, these units are on defense, so I can't show the runes. Like, a lot of people were asking, like, why don't you show runes? It's like, because these units are on defense. It's like, all of them? Yeah, kind of. So we get an armor break, but we get a counter. And because of that, we cleanse. Yay! And that did absolutely nothing. It's actually like 40-ish Eki, I guess, but yeah. We can do the S3, yay! Saving the S3 of the monkey, simply because there were too many bow runes. Damage of the monkey is not that high. It's a crit rate build, I can tell you that much. I was actually surprised by this, 16k. It's just pure HP. There's no crit rate, crit damage or anything on that unit. It's just pure HP. That's, you know what? I was like, meh. That thing does a decent amount of damage. That thing actually, like, the Nigong is actually doing a decent amount of damage. Same for the Juno. Juno does a deal like 10k's, not bad. Like, the monkey's doing nothing. Yeah, I forgot for a moment he takes the shield before he takes the immune, or like he takes the debuff of the, no wait, he takes the shield before he actually gets like the debuffs in his ass. So yeah. Also, that S2 is healing quite a lot on the Juno. Juno squishy apparently. That monkey does absolutely no damage. No critter. No, wait, there's no crit rate on that unit. Or is there? Who knows? But yeah, this defense apparently it's not the best, but it had quite some wins. I think people were just struggling with it. I don't know. Also, if it's proccing a lot, it's not that fun. It's not that fun. Also, if you don't bring any sustain, it's not that fun. So yeah, interesting offense, defense thing, whatever. And that's it. So 9 out of 10. Easy. Oh wait, not 9 out of 10. This is number 9 out of 10. Or well, last 5. Whatever. Back to the drawing board. So we had a Aegir, which is pretty scuffed and weird on accuracy and despair and leftover runes with some high damage-ish stuff. And we had a Raccoon, and the Commune, of course, is on defense. I can show the Commune, and Raccoon is just like whatever build. So they're not actually, this is not a recommendable team, but I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to re-rune. I'm just gonna use this into that. We're just gonna see what happens. Yeah, that's actually the risky thing. Like, if Vigor procs that, then you have an issue. But actually, because of like Aegir S3, Crisis diverted. I have to get this Commune skin as well. It's pretty cool. Raccoon actually, like, Raccoon Commune is still a pretty solid combo because you have the shields and like the slow like healing like every turn. It's just like, I wouldn't really use Aegir here always. But if you use like Commune, Vigor plus Vigor, no wait, Commune, Vigor and Raccoon, those three together, it's pretty solid. But still, this thing, because it's Despair, it takes a lot of turns. Like, this thing on Despair is actually pretty nice. Like, some people used to run it in RTA on Despair as well, because, like, his S2 is another, like, half attack bar. His S3 can be, like, a full attack bar, so... Just if he procs, like, every turn, then it's kind of an issue, but... Meh. You kind of, like, you proc once, and shit is pretty much, like, half HP again. You get another shield, but... And you're just like, the issue is you don't have an armor break on this team, so, and they have like 3 support units here, so it's kind of like difficult where to get like your kill potential from at some point. So you kind of need it from a proc or like any like rotation of doing damage or anything like that. So that's not too much easy stuff. My communes are actually a high damage, which does help out quite a bit. I think this is my higher damage commune. The other one is a little bit more mediocre damage, but this one is pretty high damage. I think I should have done S1 there and probably would have been dead, but was like, okay, I'm not too sure if it actually dies from it. We'll go for it next turn. Yeah, so like you kind of need a proc to like kill something at some point. So if he doesn't kill you by a proc at some point, you're gonna win at some point by procking, because a proc is bound to happen at some point. Simple. And then we just go yada 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 yada. Okay, that was it. Nice. So we pretty much, we went in one take. We did everything. We just did everything. And that resulted in this. I had a lot of defense success. So yeah, my MST was kind of doing well, and some other defense were pretty doing well as well. So next week we have normal siege rotations again. So see you in the next one.